It's 1:30 Friday. It is TEDx Dunleary TV Meet the Speaker time. And one day, yes, soon we will have our theme tune. Hey! So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us here live. And hello, oh, looking at which camera? Looking at that camera today. I'm in a whole different studio setup again. Hello, welcome. This is me, live with Lottie Hearn here for TEDx Dunleary TV. And we are on our second Meet the Speaker. This phenomenal lady right here, I met a number of years ago, back in the early days of her founding her amazing We Can and We Will community, which has just taken her from heights to heights to heights to heights and created this phenomenal group of people. So just before I'm going to bring her on, I'm going to do the TEDx Dunleary TV housekeeping and say, let me just hide that screen off there and say to everybody, could you please do give us shout outs, say hello, ask your questions down below in the comments, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. If you are on one of the Facebook groups or communities and you want to interact and you want to see, here we go. Let me just show you. She says you want to see something popping up on screen like that. We can get a message from you and I can show it here live on screen. If you go to our TEDx Dunleary Facebook page to watch. And having said that, I am just going to check on it that we have sound and that we can hear it. Okay, on my other machine here. So, I can see Sinead is saying hello. Sinead D, I'm not sure which page you're looking from. I can see you here now. So yes, I can show you. This is what I mean, folks. If you want to be like Sinead, saying hello and welcome and asking Amanda lots of questions, my beautiful guest today, AmandaDelaney. She's also got a video bomber with her who may have some questions for her halfway through the show. But for the next half hour, I want you to think about what questions would you like to ask somebody who is getting set to do their TEDx talk at TEDx Dunleary. What would you want to know? We're going to hear a bit about Amanda's story and the background behind the why this is her year. And yes, we are at TEDx Dunleary bringing our TEDx to you. Yes. And we had fantastic meetings. I said last week we were hoping to gift the event. We've actually been, we've been a little bit smarter with everything. And what we're going to do, we have 2 events as part of our virtual summit on, I've got the date up here, on October the 23rd. You can find all the information on our Facebook page. That's the hashtag you're needing to be looking for and needing to tweet out and Instagram out and do everything out with. But October the 23rd is our date. So you will be able to shortly go to, there will be a link on our Facebook page and group where you will be able to sign up. We're gifting, because our theme is exploring wisdom, and because we know that our young TEDx youth, first year for TEDx youth we think we're the first in Ireland. Sorry, excuse me, bashing my necklace there. We think we're the first TEDx youth in Ireland. Let us know if we're not, but we think we are. So we're premier in TEDx youth in Ireland. And we have decided, Janie, our founder, and Sue Adams, who looks after the TEDx youth and the schools, have decided that so that we can reach out to all of the schools on that day, that morning of October the 23rd, we think between 9:30 and 12, but we'll TBC. Don't hold me to that one. We are going to gift that, hoping that you lovely people, as a result, will then come and join up and make a kind contribution to our later event. We're still checking whether we're going to do it in the afternoon or the evening for our adult speakers. Young change makers are our youth speakers. Adults, young change makers at heart, I think we need to call them. And we've got one who is ready and waiting in the wings to come on very soon. But I just want to get through all of this housekeeping So we are going to be relying, we still have to buy various bits of equipment and gear. We've got to sort out our captions or the sign language, whether we can do that live on the day if we can't do captions. And there's all sorts of fun that's going to be happening with that. So it's all still doing this out of Janie's mind and my mind and Susan's mind to create a live virtual summit for you. So when we do have the links up, we are going to say, beg, borrow, steal, please. There will be donations from like €10 up. If you can spare anything, we'll have buttons that you can press to pick an amount. If you're a corporate and you can spare some sponsorship money, we'd love it, because we'd desperately love to cover some costs with our Irish Sign Language speak and some of the supporters who are volunteering everything at the moment, because as people know, TEDx, Ideas Worth Spreading, is a volunteer-led community project. So before I bring on my guest, I just want to say hello to a few more people. Eamon Minnick, hello to you. Thanks for joining us here. TEDx Dunleary, that must be Janie there saying, go Team Fab. Sinead Sisson is in the room. Thank you for joining us here. Oliver Delaney, thank you. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Olivia, sorry, not Oliver, Olivia. And we have Elaine Gunn O'Connor. I think probably a lot of you have been coming from our TEDx Dunleary page and also from our wonderful guests page as well. And here we have a very special message for our guests saying, Tracy Maria Hayes, good luck to Amanda Delaney for today for her Meet the Speaker. That's who we've got coming on the show. And Michelle Waldron. And if you see me, by the way, looking over here, I've got a screen over here that I'm doing the production with, and then my camera is over here. So excuse me while I shift like this. I make it nice and obvious so that it doesn't look dodgy on camera. Neve Kane is also saying, good luck, Amanda. Linda Nolan is here. And, oh yeah, a message from Janie Lazar, our founder, is saying, let's get our youth at TEDx Dunleary speakers trending on the 23rd. We definitely want to. That is our gift event in the morning for you. And we're hoping that then you will decide that you will contribute to make a very kind donation to our adults, young at heart speakers as well. And Dean Eaton, best of luck. Wouldn't miss the DLR TEDx talks. Thank you, Dean. It's people like you that we love having supporting us. We really, really, really appreciate it. And oh, here we go. Another quick message from Janie before we crack on. We'd love, 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 love to have I like that, Janie, a super sponsor. Ooh, to pay for the ISL, that's the Irish Sign Language interpreters, on the day, all day. We're still working out how we can produce that, but we will find a way. Lovely Jen Nelson in America, who created Ladies Go Live with me. She is helping on the production side. So we'll find a way, folks. We'll find a way. Right. Now, showing in the stream, let me hide that message from Janie. This amazing woman, I want to show you a couple of pictures, because the first time I ever saw her was after seeing her speaking with the wonderful Nicola Connolly Byrne. That far picture over there, that's the one when I first got Amanda on screen here with me live in my studio here in Dunleary. And that was when she was first talking about wecanandwewill.com, her community that she has built up. And I'm going to show you this now because I think it's so important to promote the speakers that we have coming on, and we love what they do. So one of the key things that we love from Amanda, trying to get to the right page, is that she is creating this We Can and We Will event in October as well. October, I'm looking at the dates here, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. Just before and just after she does her TEDx talk. So sign up today. I know that it's the whole month that you get the community interaction and connections together. And that's what we love. Connections, collaborations. And you might get to be on screen with Amanda, and you can get to be on stage with her speaking like she is in her pictures there, and even just have a cuppa with her. That would be beautiful. So I'm going to hide all of these pictures now, because on that note, Amanda Delaney, She is, I'm going to pull up her write-up blurb that we put into our posts as well. The question Amanda wants to discuss is, where, on the theme of exploring wisdom, where should we seek wisdom first? That's what I actually want to ask her today, because I know that in the Exploring Wisdom, she's got so much wisdom that she's gained from so many different places. She is a mega business mentor. She is, I love this, conduit and trailblazer. Woohoo! Can't get more special than that, can you really? She works with business owners, mentors, professional speakers herself, and experts across the world. And I'm going to read this here as well. She has a reputation for her ability to connect people using her strong core values of honesty, respect, kindness. ISL, that's thank you. So Amanda Delaney, without any further ado, let me get the right mouse so I can actually and find out where you are and actually bring you on screen. Welcome, big shout out everybody to Amanda Delaney. Yay! Amanda.
My goodness, I think she's talking about me.
Was that a big enough intro for you?
Wow, I just straightened my crown here, Lottie.
the crown, it's the hair's a little bit different color from last time that we had you live with Lottie here on screen.
There's a few bouncy bits now from the last time.
I love it, and the great thing is you're not being covered up by the TEDx Dunleary logo in the corner either, so I love that. So Amanda, that question, I don't want you to give away too much about your TEDx talk, because most of this is a meet the speaker chance to find out more about you, why you decided this is the year to do your TEDx, and why TEDx Dunleary was the place. But before we go into the story, where should we seek wisdom from first, do you feel?
Well, you know what? When we look back in hindsight, we always say, oh, should have seen that coming. Hindsight is wonderful. We hear all these sayings all the time. What if we just stopped before we have to do something and ask ourselves, and be wise instead of wait. I know it can't always be the case. There's times when we do need to go through. I've learned my most valuable lessons through the biggest mistakes. But what if we just stopped for a second before we have to make a decision, before we react to conversations, before when we have new ideas, just stop and look for wisdom. Just pause.
I almost feel like doing this and going backwards, Amanda, but then you'd see my shorts, so I won't do that too much today. I've always loved that, and I've been a great believer, Amanda, in that concept of the inner truth of you, and I was taught a long time ago that the reality that you create is your reality. Yes, you can do your goal setting. Yes, you can do your future planning, but actually being in the now and being here is the place that we can actually find more here, and then listening to the other people. So on that note, I want to listen to you for you to share some of your wisdom about your backstory and why it's led you to here today. And while you chat, I may put a few comments up here. So folks, please do comment, put some questions up for Amanda, because I can ask them while Amanda is on screen. So let me put you on screen solo, Amanda, and we'll see your video bomber waving in the background. Hello, video bomber. That's the lovely Catherine, who is rehearsing and practicing her interview skills. So she and Amanda are going to be doing interviews, by the way, over the next few weeks in October with me doing these Meet the Speakers. So Amanda, tell us about your story, because I can see this comment from Sinead D saying she is an amazing mentor. Tell us how you got to be there.
Be there. Well, again, it's one of those hindsight things, isn't it, Lottie? When you look back, the path that you've walked on. And for me, the first step I took on that path was becoming a gym instructor in my early 20s. And that, I suppose, opened up the world of communication, of teaching, of helping people to transform. Then it was people who couldn't swim to be able to swim, life skills. I helped a lot of people with health challenges to lose weight, to basically transform their lives. Confidence came then as a result. But when I left that industry, I went into the beauty industry, and I very quickly missed teaching. Doing treatments was fantastic, but I missed teaching. So I opened up a beauty school, and I became, I was a teacher again. But again, it was just lacking that fulfillment. I was getting fulfillment from my clients. Many of my clients were coming in and they would share. Any therapist out there will know what I mean. When we're sitting across the table from someone, they share a lot. And then I came across network marketing. And I was my world opened up to seminars, to public speaking, to stories, to recognition, to leadership, to business skills. It was just mind blowing. So I spent 10 years in that industry, but it was like going to a business college. It was like going on a whole personal development journey. It just brought me through to my true purpose. And that's when I said, I'm going to set up my own events. We Can and We Will was created, was founded 4 years ago. And then a year later, I was like, what if we had an event where, I said, I'd love to get better at public speaking. And there was 7 people in the room, and 5 out of the 7 said, me too. And 4 weeks later or 5 weeks later, We Can and We Will talk. So it's a talk event. It's on every 6 weeks, and people share their stories. Because for me, that was a combination of business, storytelling, recognition, being on stage. And I was right, because people sharing their stories, I say the truth sets you free. People come up really nervous, they tell their story, and you see them grow right in front of your eyes. And people have done wonderful things since giving a talk, and it's 10 minutes. Who would talk at 10 minutes, sharing your story, speaking from the heart, can absolutely transform your life. So that's a little bit about, so I'm always putting everybody else up to share their stories. And last year, I kind of quietly said, I think I might go for TEDx. I'll sit with that one. I told one person only. And so this year I said, what, I'll go for it and see. Because for me, leadership is leading yourself first. If I want to continue to encourage and inspire and ask other people to step out of their comfort zone and share a story, well, then I need to be stretching and growing myself. So this is a huge stretch, but I'm here and I'm up for the challenge.
Amanda, I can't think of many challenges that you wouldn't be up for, really. I know a lot of people in the room know you very well, and I love the fact that you have actually focused your We Can and We Will community into that. And by the way, everybody, you can find more about Amanda at AmandaDelaney.ie. I have spelled that right. Yes, I have. You can... that storytelling and sharing a story. And I love the fact, as a live streamer, that you also are a live streamer, and you convince people to do it on camera too. So to me, you're like, yes, we're getting more and more people out there live. So I've got a question here for you, Amanda. I'm just going to look over at the other screen here and show this on the screen. Where does your motivation come from, and what drives you to help people? And see if you can link that back into why this year is your TEDx year as well for me, Amanda.
What motivates me? Somebody said to me last week, the fact that you're always you're selfless. And I said, no. There's no behavior without a purpose. So we don't do anything without looking for something. Whether we're conscious of it or we're subconscious, we're doing something for something. So in return for me helping people, I get a huge sense of fulfillment, happiness, joy, all that good stuff when I see other people progressing. So that motivates me to keep going. I get a lot of messages from people. I see, many of my clients, when they have in my academy, inside my business academy, when you have an aha moment, when the light bulb goes off, we have that's our dance. So when I see people saying, I had another aha moment, it just lights me up, because all the way through my life, I've had to keep pushing myself, pushing on. And there's been many people who have given me that nugget, given me that word of encouragement, really held my hand through stuff. And it's meant the world to me. So for me, my motivation comes because when I do that for someone else, it gives me huge fulfillment. Even doing the TEDx, even going for a run, I share it because I know if it inspires one other person. Last year, there was Stephen Delaney, Tracy McCann, a lot of the Buchanan and Willers went and got TEDx. Even last year when it came, I constantly say, TEDx is up, everybody go for it.
Well, I love the fact as well. You just mentioned Tracy McCann there, Amanda, because I know Tracy McCann. She, with her illness, basically she now has to use a machine to use as her voice, a bit like the comedian Lost Voice guy. I call it. She's Lost Voice Girl of Ireland for me, and I love the way she does her videos with her voice.
Yep.
And because TEDx, we always love to have our inclusivity for people with all capabilities or incapabilities. So that's why I was saying at the moment, Janie, we're looking for that super sponsor for the Irish Sign Language team.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. Yes, thank you very much. And I loved it, Amanda, there as well. You were saying within the We Can and We Will community, you have that aha moment. Because my healer yesterday said to me, she was fixing my back up and doing my craniosacral work. And she said to me, Lottie, for your cells, laughter is the biggest healing that we can do for ourselves in ourselves. So that aha moment, you just need to turn it into more of a aha.
You have to do the dance. You have to do the dance.
And then you're actually laughing properly anyway. Right, next question with that little tip. I've got a great question here from Sinead D. Sinead said, why do you think we can and we will? That's your community through Facebook or through LinkedIn and Facebook, Twitter and everything else as well?
No, just Facebook.
Just Facebook. Okay, great. Why do you think it's had such growth, and what do you think people are looking for in that?
Community, a sense of belonging, the recognition, feeling safe. A lot of people, there's a lot of lack of recognition. More than ever now, we're lacking the whole people, the community, being able to see people. And that's that. Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe enough to ask a question? Will I feel stupid? Will I, all this stuff. Again, consciously or subconsciously, when we come into a new place, whether it's online or offline, we feel that, we sense that. And, I often say it, people will only start to open up, me included, when we feel safe, that we're not going to be judged, we're not going to feel stupid, inadequate, and that we have that sense of, we're safe here. And I think that's been the success of the We Can and We Will. Community, online and offline. Everything is online now at the moment, but it is that sense of come in. We were doing an event one night number of years back, and this girl was there for the first time, and she said, I feel like I'm after intruding on a family event. And Nicola was there at the time, Nicola Connolly Bourne, said to her, well, welcome to the family. And that's just the way We Can and We Will is. So that's been the success. It's leading by my own values of the kindness, the honesty, integrity, all of that cheerleading. And that's what I stand for. That's what the community stands for. And that's, I believe, what people are looking for. So it's not just about pitching your business or doing business. We do great business. We do great business with other human beings who are just being themselves, that they're not just out for what can I get. People are there to give.
And I think that's so key, Amanda. And what Janie's saying here, the drive also comes from seeing people who've helped, going on to help others. I love that too. And Janie, remembering those early days. She's been blown away by all that Amanda has, the early days of Janie coaching Amanda, because all of our TEDx speakers, Catherine in the background, the video bomber there, knows this very well. You get the coaching from Janie Lazar. Fantastic story.
Fantastic.
Janie gives. She's been blown away by all that Amanda achieved through sheer commitment and love of helping people. So that is
Thank you,
phenomenal
Jamie.
there. Hank, there you go. Catherine, seeing as you're there, let me just hide this comment from Janie there. Seeing as you're there, Miss Catherine, I'm going to put you on screen and put you on the spot because you are practicing your interview skills. So I'd like you to please come up with a couple of questions that we haven't covered yet, maybe about the TEDx journey or something. And you can take over the interview for the next few minutes, please, Catherine.
Now, Lottie, you're making it out like I don't like to speak.
Speak up, Catherine. You're going to have to speak up.
I'm this little person. No, I really wanted to come to be part of this particular interview. Yes, I am going to be doing a few I did with Bertie last week.
I watched it. It was brilliant.
I knew me and Amanda would have the crack because I've become part of Amanda's group. So this is the first time we are actually in the same room. We know each other because we both see each other virtually so many times. Because I'm a live streamer, Amanda's a live streamer. Amanda was there last year helping out with the TEDx, and I saw the guys. So, it's a real privilege and pleasure to be here today. But I am going to go back to one of the questions that I gave to Bertie there last week, because this is really important. And we were talking about it, and you're well used to talking, Amanda. You're on that screen. I mean, I see you at least 5 times a week. Talking to people, interviewing people. It's no problem for you to be sitting here and answering questions, same as myself. However, the TEDx journey, this is the really important thing. We're still looking at next year of when people are going to do and apply for the TEDx, who are good speakers, who are people who are on radio, who are people who speak all the time. But the TED journey, and Lottie just kind of touched on there, and Janie did as well about the coaching, is a really different journey than just getting up and speaking, probably even at your weekend in the middle.
Absolutely, yeah.
So can you tell us, for you and your personal TED journey, what did you find different about this whole preparation process from when you got accepted for the TEDx to where you are now, almost doing it?
And this is something that I see with my own clients when I'm coaching them as well. It's brilliant to help other people. It's easier to think of ideas for other people. But when it comes to ourselves, anybody ever ask you a question and you just go blank? It's like, I know the answer to that, but there's nothing coming. So this was very much like, yes, I knew what I wanted to get across, but then trying to get across and then trying to get it on paper. And, I've so many stories that will help me share my idea worth sharing. So which ones do you use? How do you narrow it down? And then of course I'm an off the cuff speaker. I'm very much, and I've said, because there's times when I actually don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. It's because I speak from here. And the other thing I used to say is, I'm nothing but the truth, the whole truth. That saying, nothing but the truth, the whole truth. And that could even get me into trouble at times. So trying to get this idea worth sharing onto the paper in 8 minutes, and then you don't want to waffle because every word has to count to get that, to get that across. And for me, and people who follow me will know this, even when I decided to do my first triathlon last year, which was a stretch, you'd think I was in the Olympics, Catherine. It was just like everything was huge, the pool, the swim, and I blow it all up in my mind. Until it becomes nearly impossible. And that's when I had the thought of, what are you even doing? What did you even apply for this? You clown, this is too much. But I had a good chat with myself and I put my big girl's knickers on and I said, when's the last time, Delaney, you were out of your comfort zone?
Exactly. That's the brilliant way to put it. Me and you were both used to say, we would just chat for hours and just go off the cuff.
Yeah.
You're a live streamer off the cuff is one of those really important skills.
Recording is very hard.
Yeah.
We're tight on the sound there, Catherine. There's something happening. I think we might have a bit of buffering with the sound there. And I've just seen, it's actually 2:00 yet. Are you okay to stay on for another 5 minutes or so? Because I do want to let people know what's happening with We Can and We Will. And I love that comment. Chat with yourself and put your big girl's knickers on. Your top tip, Amanda. I think that is fantastic. So,
that's an idea worth sharing.
Catherine, thank you so much for asking that question. I think that was really important. And thank you for reiterating that Janie's coaching is so fantastic. And get your big girl's knickers on, folks.
You heard it here first. I can't hear you, Lottie. Oh, Lottie, I can't hear you.
I muted myself. I was doing a Lottie. Sorry, I'm doing a Lottie. No, I was just saying Elizabeth's comment. I love that. Yes, Amanda will be amazing.
Elizabeth.
And Sinead, thank you very much. Yes, Sinead pointing out Lottie's doing a Lottie. It's known in the live stream world as doing a Lottie because I'm the one that always does it because I'm so busy trying to produce so many different things. I forget to unmute myself. But so Amanda, before we go, Michelle's also saying, Amanda, you're brilliant.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you very much.
People are so kind.
Tracy Maria Hayes is saying, love it. Thank you very much. Thank you to Tracy here. Amanda, before we go, I'm going to put a couple of pictures up on screen for you here. First of all, that is your show slide, but I want to put this one up below you. Tell us a little bit about We Can and We Will, your networking summit event that you're doing from the 7th of October. Please.
Yeah, you know, we've got over 700 people in the community now, and it's growing. And I know there's a couple of people in there who just watch, and that's okay for a little while. I'm encouraging people to come out from behind the keyboards and come and meet each other. And this is why we have the October Networking Festival. We do have some incredible speakers who will be doing very short inspirational talks in between the networking. So it won't be just, you know, pure networking. We've got a fun month lined up. One ticket does all 4 events, okay? So just one ticket and you can pop into all 4 events. So it's every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. And I've just chatted with Ian in the car earlier on, and we have, if you're not part of our community, get in there as a business owner. We do an awards, okay? We do an awards, and we're going to be doing it on the last Wednesday of this as well. So it's going to be extra special. So come and network with the most amazing tribe ever.
And I know many of the people who are in there from Tony Walsh, who with her family massage and fitness, through to Colm O'Brien motivation, who spoke with you on the TEDx Red Dot last year, Catherine. So he's even in there. Catherine, duck your head down a little. You're being covered up by the TEDx Dunleary. You're being covered up by the TEDx Dunleary sign, so duck your head down. So, ladies, thank you so much, Amanda, for jumping on here. Thank you to everybody who has made comments. If you've got any other questions that you'd like, either, because remember, starting in October, Amanda next Friday is going to be interviewing one of our other speakers, Dee, next Friday, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, throughout October until our TEDx Dunleary virtual summit, we will have 1:30 each day, either a live or a pre-recorded interview. I'm doing Fridays. Who's doing Mondays, ladies? Or are you taking Mondays and Wednesdays in turn?
We haven't decided yet.
There's a week to decide. We just have to book our speakers in is all. So Dee, I'm really looking forward to seeing you. And Amanda, are you going to produce that with your show using StreamYard? Do you think next week we'll try another tool? Why not?
We can do. Yes.
Let's do that. I can give you access to put it up onto the TEDx Dunleary page. That would be
more stretching. More stretching.
And I'll be getting Amanda to do something like this as well, and Catherine to design, because we like to promote our speakers this is the only chance they get to share what they do and why they're doing a TEDx Dunleary 2020. So please do share out that hashtag, get that trending across Twitter, Instagram, the works. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can get in touch with Amanda for her event. Go and have a look on Facebook. We can and we will, starting on October the 7th. And you can find out all you need to know. Read up on Amanda at AmandaDelaney.ie. So
thank you
very much, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And see this face interviewing our next Meet the Speaker, 1:30 next Friday, the 2nd of October. Have a wonderful week, folks, and see you at TEDx Dunleary. Music, Catherine.
TEDx Dunleary 2020.
See you, folks. Thanks for joining us.